Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mr. Joshua with another custom action figure review. And today I'd like to show off to you guys my custom green SPD Ranger from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. This figure, what I did was I basically made it my own timeline of like a shattered grid timeline. In this timeline, Tommy Oliver and his son JJ Oliver were basically ripped from their time and sent into Lord Draken's time. And so in this timeline, what ends up happening is that Lord Draken finds out that Tommy Oliver and his son came to his timeline. So long story short, he kidnaps JJ and manipulates him and basically shows him that he's his father from this timeline and basically turns JJ into like the son of Lord Draken. So as you can see here, he's colored green and black. He's also carrying the Green Ranger dagger and the shield, and a little, bicep pad things. So what I did with this figure was I resin casted him the dragon dagger, and back in here you can see the black Saba sword, and I also resin casted him this nice little rifle there from the SPDA squad. I just thought it would make him look more menacing, more evil looking. And for the black, 90% of that black came from dyeing the figure. So I dyed the arms and I dyed the leg black. But when it came to the actual body, I had to paint that black because with hard plastics, you can't really dye them too well. And so with the arm pads too, I used some epoxy and I put those on there, sculpted those in, shaved them down and painted those gold as well. And I also went back and painted gold trim all over the figure, which makes it look more cooler in my own personal opinion. And I also went back in here and on his forehead, and he's originally supposed to have that SPD like dog logo. I scraped that off with some sandpaper, and I basically converted that into like a red little crystal, kind of like what the original Green Ranger has on his forehead. And I just wanted this figure to look like he was like an evil SPD Ranger that took the power of the original Green Ranger and kind of combining them all together into one Ranger like Lord Draken. And I think I did a pretty good job at it. If I wanted to take a step forward, I would have probably somehow tried to figure out how to manipulate the mask, the mask, the helmet more to make it look more Green Ranger-ish. But other than that, the articulation of the figure, it's still exactly the same. It still has really good articulation points. Again, I really like the way this figure came out. I've had him in my collection for the past year. I've been debating on whether to sell him or not. I'm kind of afraid to sell him because I don't, theoretically, I don't really want to, sell him for like $10, when I spent 2 hours on him. But I think he came out pretty cool looking. I do want to sell him eventually. He does come with his accessories and the civilian head too, and alternate hands as well. Let's do a little 360 around the figure. I think he came out pretty cool looking. I also took the sole of the boot too, and I painted that black as well, just to give him more of a realism approach. And I got the dragon shield from a Green Ranger that I was working on a while ago. I wanted to do a regular Green Ranger, then it had the dragon shield, so I took that off, and that's where the shield came from. I haven't had a chance to paint the dragon dagger yet. I just slipped right in there to see how well it would fit, and it fit pretty well. A little tight, but it worked. And with the Saba sword, I also resin casted that and I painted it, and I think it came out pretty cool. This one did have a defect right here. No, a bubble got caught up in there. Come on, focus, you son of a bitch. That's always fun. There we go. Yeah, check that out. The details are actually pretty nice. But again, I had a huge ass air bubble caught up right in there. And just made the sword look like shit, so I cut that off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to it and make it look like it's been battle damaged. But it's a decent looking sword. I really like the way that it came out. Just put it back in its holster. Then for the little rifle here, this is also a resin cast that I did. It also has the SPD logo on there. I just, painted that gold because the figure has gold on it. It's not pretty nice. And now we have the little Dragon Dagger. The Dragon Dagger came out, fairly well. Again, the reason why I didn't paint it is because I didn't really have enough time yet, and I just slid it in. That, and I gotta slid it in. Then I gotta get in here and shave that down, and paint it. It's actually a pretty stiff figure. I never really had enough chance to fuck around with it. I just, painted it and whatnot and dyed the figure and made it look cool. But yeah, I think if they adapted this kind of like storyline into the Shattered Grid era, I think it would have been pretty fucking cool. Like it comes down to JJ Oliver fighting Tommy, and Tommy doesn't want to kill his son. Then maybe what ends up happening is that instead of Tommy killing his son, someone else does to, save Tommy. And just really fucks up Tommy. And he goes on this, like, fucked up rampage and starts killing everything in sight, and eventually goes off and, kills Draken. And then once his little, fit of anger is over with, he realizes what he did was wrong. And he gives up his powers for good and goes into isolation. Pretty dark and fucked up, ending, but maybe that would have been pretty cool. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this figure about a solid 8. I think it's pretty cool. And the reason why I give it an 8 is because I'm leaving some room to maybe go back in there and manipulate the helmet again and make it look more original Green Ranger. Maybe I'll do that one of these days, or maybe I'll just say fuck it and keep him the way he is, because in my own personal opinion, he looks cool the way he is. And that's all I have for this figure. If you guys like my videos, please like and subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.